Okay, so another terminology that you will have seen in chemistry, maybe. How do you pronounce this? So the word calorimetry comes from two words.
Color.
Calor, which means heat, and metron, which means measure. So combine those two words together and say that calorimetry is the measurement of changes in state variables, which could include what, and what? PVT, right? Pressure, volume, temperature. Due to heat transfers. Okay. Every time you do a problem like this, there are two things that you have to worry about. So the two things are, one, delta E equals 0, which in our case will mean heat loss equals heat gain by, say, system 1 and system 2, or vice versa, whatever you want to assume. And number 2, thermal equilibrium state must be reached. So mathematically, if I combine these two things and recognize this word, delta Q equals 0, may I write for any two systems, generalize it to write delta Q must equal 0 for both systems. In general, let's do the most basic idea. If suppose I say I have a block of mass M, let's call it mass of the block, and its initial temperature is T of the block, and say its specific heat capacity, is that with a big C or a little c? Little c, right? That's my little c. And if I take this block and I put it into, say, water, where the mass of the water is mW, the initial temperature of the water is Tw, and the specific heat for water is Cw. And under ideal conditions, may I write that the amount, so let's say the block of mass is at higher temperature than the water is, and I take that block and I put it in water. What will happen? The block will cool down and the water will, until they both reach thermal equilibrium. Do you want to call that a T? The final temperature T? Okay, then may I use this equation here? Call it equation, what can I draw? No, butterfly. I can draw butterfly. Okay, I'm going to use my butterfly equation. May I write all of this process as delta Q equals 0 using my butterfly equation? What does that mean? Do you remember the formula? That means Q of the block plus Q of water must equal 0. What do we know about Q of something from last Tuesday, this Tuesday?
Q equals MCAT. Which one?
MCAT?
MC delta T.
Yes.
MCAT.
MC little c, right? Yep. Delta T plus M little c delta T, right? Yep. Is that going to be for water and is that going to be for block? True? True. Excellent. What is delta T for each case? T final minus T of the block, whatever that was, plus MC T final minus T of the water. Yes? May I rearrange and solve? I think there's like 2 steps in the middle to get me my T final. Can you guys do that? Right, so all you have to do is move this one over and then that one over and then combine these 2 together.
And that's how math works.
And that's how math works. Right, that's what I do, right? Because apparently I don't have a life.
Education.
Oh, it's actually 1 step. Woohoo! It's even easier than I thought. I find this fascinating. If you were given just that equation, look how scary it looks. But all I did was give you just this butterfly equation. And everything follows from there. I didn't do anything complicated. It's literally like 1 step. And what is TF? TF is the final temperature of the system, the new system, right? All of life's complicated problems have very simple, elegant solutions. And the most elegant solution is the one that works the best.